Okay, let's start again. Okay, where did I keep my pen? Just a moment. I mean, I want to remember pen here. I know this is quite annoying. I'm really sorry.
At least I have the video to watch, so that's easy.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is, there's no limit if we're just if they're just the two of us. But
Yeah.
extra আমি আবার একটা window open করতে হয় তাই. Okay, yeah. Okay, so parallax errors. Yeah, that is the number one error that can happen when you are trying to measure something. Parallax error. This happens because of incorrect positioning of the eye. Okay, so there's actually no nothing to plus minus here, just that yeah, the only way to fix this is to correctly position your eye. So for example, এটা ধরো একটা scale, ধরো something, you want to measure the height of this object. Okay, now you actually need to be able to look right here, like sorry, I don't know how to draw an eye. I think I did like opposite. Okay, you need to be able to look right there. Okay, yeah, only then you can avoid parallax error. Like for example, if you are looking at this angle, then obviously you'll be looking at a different point.
Yeah,
I hope you get it. So yeah, that is the number one error. Another error is zero error that we're going to talk about, but zero error actually yeah, different case to different different case to different ভাবে handle করতে হয়. So next I'm going to actually talk about vernier caliper and micrometer screw gauge. So ওদের বেলায় কিভাবে zero error tackle করবা ওগুলা আমি শিখাই দিব. But আপাতত for meter rule or for measuring tape, it's quite easy. It's just that you need to be sure where you're putting your scale. So I think সেদিন আমি draw করছিলাম যেদিন আমি তোমার paper 4 পড়াচ্ছিলাম. আচ্ছা, just think that this is a meter rule, for example. ধরো এখানে আমাদের 0 mark. No, it goes all the way to like 12 or something. Yeah, so obviously the starting of this length is not at 0, so you actually have to compensate for this. Dhoro, this is like 1.2, and this is Dhoro 10. Okay, then the length of this is actually 10 minus 1.2. Okay, so stuff like that. This is actually one of the case of zero error. Yeah, এরকম অন্য জায়গাতেও you actually need to adjust your zero error, and it's quite difficult for vernier caliper and micrometer screw gauge. That I'm going to teach them in details. Okay. Yeah, so once you're done, I'm going to remove this.
Yeah, for 1 second. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. All right, now let's start with vernier calipers. Now, what does it look like? I actually have some pictures, but they're in my email, I think. Just a moment. Yeah, I'm going to download all of these. So this right here is a vernier caliper. Man, it started again. I'm really sorry for the background noise, but yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, you typically ধরো তুমি একটা পাইপের diameter মাপতে চাইতেছো, okay? You typically place it over here, okay? So just think this is a pipe, and then obviously you'll be able to measure this diameter, okay? And with the internal jaws, you can actually measure the inner diameter of something. So like you somehow put it যেন এটা এইভাবে বসে থাকে, okay? Yeah. Now this scale right here, there's a small scale, so they're usually like 0, 5 and 10 পর্যন্ত থাকে, and this is actually the main scale, the big one, okay? So yeah, how do you read this? So you always have to look at, you know, what is the value of your main scale. So for example, এখানে 2 and 2 point something. So I'm just going to clear that. Acha, I'm going to teach you how to read from a vernier caliper. আর ছবি আছে, আরো কয়েকটা picture, and you'll know, okay, eventually. But right now, just look at the vernier scale and the main scale, and yeah, where do you have to place your object, okay? That's it. And yeah, let's insert another picture. Okay. Okay. এখন this এটা কিন্তু this thing right here, this is the vernier scale, okay?
Yeah.
And this is the main scale right here. এটা just zoom in করে দেখানো হচ্ছে, okay? So yeah, hopefully that's clear. এখন so let's say the jaws are, you know, completely closed of a vernier scale, and you're trying to see the reading. This is when you have no object, okay? So you have no object between the jaws. So right now this 0 should align completely with this 0 typically, okay? But এখানে কি হয়েছে, এটা কিন্তু aligned না, এটা কিন্তু slightly misaligned, okay? So this is actually the cause of 0 error, okay? So when the same pair of vernier calipers used to measure the diameter of a beaker, yeah, it looks like that. So you somehow have to find your zero error. Actually, before doing this, I think I have a picture of zero errors. Yeah, this one. Okay, let's study this first because yeah, otherwise bujbana. So yeah, you actually need to be able to know positive zero error and negative zero error. Okay, so positive zero error hoy jokhon amader vernier scale er zero ta like slightly towards the right shifted thake, and negative hoy jokhon towards the left ekটু slightly shifted thake. Okay, now how do you find whether it's plus 0.02? So as you can see, it's like shifted towards the right slightly. So now you have to find out যে এই এতগুলা lines এর মধ্যে এখানে এতগুলো lines এর মধ্যে কোনটা aligns with the main scale. Okay, you'll be able to see যে এটা completely aligns with the main scale. দেখো বাকি একটাও align করতেছে না. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 2, right? And everything on the vernier scale is 0.0 let's say centimeter. Okay, so ekhane je 5, this is actually 0.05 centimeter. Okay, this is 10, this is 0.1 centimeter. Okay, এটা যেন at least clear থাকে.
Yeah.
That's why number okay, এখানে 2 তে align করছে, that's why it's plus 0.02 centimeter. That's the zero error. Okay, what is the case for negative zero error? এখানে আমরা দেখতেছি slightly left এ আমাদের vernier scale টা align হয়ে আছে. And now if you look at what scale aligns very well with the main scale is this one. You could say যে ও এটা তো হলো গিয়ে 8, এটা তো 0.08 হওয়ার কথা. But no, because it's negative zero error, that is the vernier scale is shifted towards the left. We have to actually easy হওয়ার জন্য we actually have to make this one 0. Okay, this one is 5 and this one is 10. এভাবে চিন্তা করলে it's easier. So this is number 2. Okay,
So for negative zero, we have to count it from the right.
yeah, exactly. This is the easiest way to do this. Okay, are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, great. Then I can bring out the exercise photo. Which one was it? I think this one. No, it's the same photo. Oh, no. Okay. Okay, so when the jaws of a pair of vernier calipers are closed, the vernier caliper reading is as shown. So this is when the object is not placed. Okay, so from this reading, you'll be able to find out the zero error.
Yeah.
And this reading is when you placed a beaker So দেখো, we need to find the diameter of the beaker. Okay. এখানে কি উঠে আছে এটা? আচ্ছা। Okay, so first thing is first, we need to find out the zero error. So as you can see, it is slightly shifted to the right. So this is
Yeah.
positive zero error, right? So এখন you have to find out যে কোন লাইনটা align করে completely. I can see it is this one. Okay. So the zero error is positive zero error. So it is going to be. So it is going to be plus 0.01 centimeters, right?
Yeah.
So first step is done. And now let's move on to the second picture. A picture theke will find out the diameter of the beaker. Okay. So first thing is, as we can see, the zero is completely aligned with the main scale. So pura puri 4 এর সাথে completely aligned. Okay. So our reading, the diameter of our beaker is actually 4.00 centimeter. Now you need to write down 00. কেন? Because একটু আগে আমি একটা টেবিল বানাইছিলাম, I showed you যে vernier caliper precision 0.01 centimeter হয়, right? So you need to put 2 decimal places in your centimeters. Okay. So yeah, that is our diameter. এখন this is not the answer though. 4 centimeter is not its diameter. You need to adjust it with the zero error. So আমরা সব সময় আমাদের error minus করি. Okay. So final reading is 4 minus 0.01. That is what? 3.99 centimeter. Okay, that is our answer. এখন it's not always going to be this easy because এটা completely align করছে। আমি দেখাইতেছি যদি align না করে তখন কি হবে। First copy this one, and then I'm showing you.
I'm done.
Okay, now let's say that this one wasn't so aligned. Okay. হয়তোবা আমাদের জিরোটা ধরো was like somewhere right, not exactly there. Wait. ধরো আমার জিরোটা এখানে ছিল ধরো। Okay. What will happen then? What would you write? You actually then have to write again 4 because আমরা আগেরটা লিখি। এটা কিন্তু আমি diameter মাপটা বলতেছি। Okay. So what will be the diameter reading? Yeah. So in that case, you still have to write 4.00, but then you have to add something. That is, you will actually check again যে তোমার vernier scale এর সাথে main scale এর অন্য জায়গাতে কোথায় align হবে. If the zero is not aligned to a particular mark, it definitely অন্য কিছু align হয়ে আছে। সো ধরো তোমার এখানের 6টা হয়তো বা কোনো লাইনের সাথে অ্যালাইন করলো, ওকে, and then you have to add that 0.06 centimeters. So your diameter will be 4.06 centimeters, and then your final reading would be okay, because final reading হচ্ছে positive 0 adjusted reading, আর এটা হচ্ছে আমার জাস্ট এই স্কেল থেকে আমার ডায়ামিটারটা কত পাইতেছি, ওকে। I hope that's clear. If not, I can explain
Yeah.
again.
Apu,
Actually,
could
there is
you show me an example with -0?
exactly. So এটার questions করলে তুমি obviously you'll get a better picture. But right now, I think let's show you a YouTube video, I think. Okay. Let's show you. একটা আমি search করে রাখছিলাম that was really good. What was that? কি জানি? Vernier. This one, right? So
ফুড
আমাকে
প্যান্ডার
বললো যে
সাথে
তুমি
অর্ডার
sound
করুন
শুনতে
যে
পারতেছো
কোনো
কিনা,
কিছু।
okay?
Hi,
Like তুমি কি
I'm Bob.
ইউটিউবের সাউন্ড পাচ্ছো?
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ আপু শোনা যাচ্ছে।
Okay, great.
Welds, and this is how to read a metric vernier caliper. That is 0.02 millimeters. See
Yeah,
how
start-
we're going to look at a metric vernier design. Hi, I'm Bob Welds, and this is how to read a metric vernier caliper. There are different kinds of vernier scales designed to do different jobs, but they all work pretty much the same way. Today, we're going to look at a metric vernier designed to measure to the nearest 1/50th of a millimeter. That is 0.02 millimeters. See how 1 divided by 50 equals 0.02? Now, the first thing we're going to measure with our vernier caliper is nothing. That's right, we'll measure 0. It may sound like a silly thing to do, but we're going to do it for a couple of reasons. Let's do it and you'll see what I mean. You see, when the calipers are fully closed, measuring 0 width, you can see the places where you can take measurements. These surfaces are where the two parts of the calipers line up. You'll also notice that there are gaps in a couple of places on the calipers. These are not places to take measurements, so don't mess up by putting something in one of those gaps. Now, with the calipers closed, you can see where you're supposed to read the main scale. There are two scales on a vernier caliper, the main scale and the vernier scale. I'm going to erase the vernier scale and let you just look at the main scale first. You see, the 0 mark points to the place where you're supposed to read the main scale. Right now, it points to 0. Do you see that? Good. Let's read the main scale first. It's super easy. I'll close the calipers on this workpiece and we'll see what the main scale says. These marks represent whole millimeters. So the reading is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 millimeters. Just be sure to look at the 0 mark and not at this part. That's a common mistake and it'll give you the wrong reading. So the reading is 5 millimeters. That's pretty easy, right? Before we move on to the vernier scale, let me show you what it's going to tell us, okay? Let's say when we looked at the main scale, the reading wasn't right on the mark like it was last time. Let's say it looked like this. See how the mark is between 5 and 6 millimeters? It looks like it's a little beyond halfway. You see, the vernier scale is going to tell us almost exactly how far over the mark is. Okay, you're ready to see the vernier scale, but I'm only going to draw the main part of it first. Now, you see the marks number from 0 to 10. Each of these marks represents a tenth of a millimeter. They're going to tell us the tenths of a millimeter, and here's how they work. Look carefully and you will notice that one of the marks on the vernier scale lines up better with the main scale marks than the others. Which one looks like it lines up best to you? I'll zoom in and let you look. Let me show you a hint about where to look on the vernier scale to see where the marks line up. You see how our pointer was a little more than halfway between marks? That means the vernier scale will line up a little past halfway. Now, do you see the mark that lines up better than the rest? It looks like the 7 is lining up. The 7 means 0.7 millimeters. But this caliper can measure even more accurately than that. I'll redraw all the marks and let you look again. Now, see that the mark next to the 7 lines up best. But what is the value of that mark? Remember how this caliper had a label that said 0.02 on it? That is what each mark is, 0.02 millimeters. Let's count up on the vernier scale to be sure we've got it. This 6 would be 0.60, the next mark 0.62, then 0.64, 0.66, 0.68, 0.70, then 0.72. The reading is 5.72 millimeters. Pretty neat, huh? I'm going to let you try a few. We're going to start off easy. I'm going to draw a caliper that only reads to the nearest tenth of a millimeter, just to be sure you're with me. I'm going to show you the overall picture first, then zoom in to let you see the vernier better. Okay? When you see Sparky's pause the video and write down what you think the reading is. The reading is 16.2 millimeters. Let me step you through it just in case you missed something. Here are the whole millimeters from the main scale. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay. And you see how the reading is just past the 16 mark? So we'll look to the front of the vernier scale for where the marks line up. And there it is, at the 0.2 mark. So the reading is 16.2 millimeters. Got it? Okay, let's go for broke and see if we can read the full 0.02 millimeter resolution. Ready for this one? Again, I'll show the whole caliper, then zoom in to let you see the vernier better. Here we go. Pause the video and write down your answer. Now, I know this is hard, so before I give the answer, I'm going to point to the place where the vernier lines up. Does that help? Take a minute and check your answer and be sure.
Okay, can you try this yourself?
Yeah, sure. Pooh, is it 19.16?
So the 0 is, past 19. So it's going to be 19 plus, the aligned one is 1.246. So 19 point, what did you say? 16?
Yeah, 19.16.
Okay, yeah.
It's correct. The reading is 19.16 millimeters. Okay, let's try another one. This time I won't give any hints, but I will zoom way in so you can see the calipers really well. If you get this one, you pretty much know what's going on. Pause the video and make sure you can read the whole millimeters. Did you say 12 millimeters? Okay, let's do the hard part and read the vernier scale. I'll zoom in and let you take a closer look. But first, remember the trick? See how the reading is beyond halfway between the marks? That means we need to look on the high side of the vernier scale. I'll slide the view down there and let you look. Now here we go. Pause the video and look carefully. The mark that lines up best is here. Now, what number is that? This is the 0.7 mark. So 0.7246. The answer is 12.76. That's about all the time we have for now. Vernier calipers are hard to read, but with a little practice, I'm sure you'll be able to do it without too much trouble. I'm Bob Welds, and
Okay, is that clear now, hopefully?
Yeah, it's clear.
Um, yeah, you talked about, I think তুমি জিজ্ঞেস করছো যে negative যদি zero error হইতো, right?
Yeah.
I think you're gonna get some examples on your book if you check, but I'm just going to give you an idea. Like if we have obviously negative zero error, okay. So ধরো এটা negative zero error, then obviously this zero will be slightly, here, okay? And then let's say we still got zero error of 0.01. So এখানে minus 0.01 হবে. And when you read the final reading, you actually have to put minus over here. So this is going to be minus 0.01. And then minus minus is plus. So your final reading, if it was 4 still, then it would be 4.01 centimeter. বুঝতে পারছি?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, পারবা, এটা difficult কিছু না, hopefully. This was supposed to be 3.9. Okay. Yeah, let's move on to micrometer screw gauge. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a picture of a typical micrometer screw gauge. Let's see. Yeah, this is a micrometer screw gauge. As you can see, এখানে, that's where you place, I don't know, an object. Okay. And yeah, you have a scale over here. This is a circular scale, and this is another scale right here. This is the main scale, this one. Okay. And this is vernier caliper, যেরকম একটা vernier scale ছিল, এখানে ওরকম একটা circular scale. Okay. This one is for precision, and the main scale is for the main reading. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you then the picture of the zero errors. Looks a bit messy. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay, now let's look at এখানেও same case, positive zero error হয়, negative zero error হয়. So কখন কোনটা হয়? So এখানে লিখাই আছে zero mark when the zero mark is below the horizontal line. So let's say this is our horizontal line. This is the line of the main scale, okay? And if our zero, like zero of our circular scale, is below this mark, then we actually say that it is a positive zero error, okay? And if this zero is above this mark, then it is a negative zero error, okay? Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. So যদি positive zero error হয়, like this one, how do we read this? So we actually have to see যে এই horizontal লাইনটা কার সাথে align করতেছে. So here it is at 6, right? Now the reading on the circular scale, it is actually 0.0 x millimeters, okay? So এখানে যে 5, it actually 0.05 millimeters. এখানে 10, it actually 0.1 millimeters, okay? So এভাবে. Yeah. 0.01 millimeters precision. So এখানে যে 6 আসছে, this is actually 0.06 millimeters. Okay, so since the 0 is below the horizontal line, we actually going to put plus 0.06 millimeters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, for negative 0 error, again we have to see যে কার সাথে align করে. I'm going to remove this. So we can clearly see that it aligns right here. Okay. And এখানে, yeah, maybe তুমি বলতে যে oh এটা তো 46, but no. When it is negative 0 error, we actually have to read it from there. Okay. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, and this is 4. Okay. That's why it is negative 0.04 millimeters. All right.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit confusing, but yeah, whenever you have negative 0 error, you actually have to count from the opposite side. Okay, if that's clear, then I'm going to bring another photo of another example. Okay, please read this and yeah, try. I'm coming back in just a minute.